Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the New Orleans Saints.
Well, the weather not fully cooperating here in Pittsburgh, but that has not stopped Steeler Nation from filling the stands at a rain-soaked Acrisure Stadium.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They come in off another victory a weekend ago. That ran their win streak up to 7 now.
And I think that win last week established them as Super Bowl frontrunners. They're playing with confidence and swagger, and you need that to go a long way.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Open man, that's Malik Neighbors.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Saints need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away.
Here we go on the return from the 1-yard line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
So out come the Steelers now for their first drive.
They'll be led out by their quarterback, a first-round pick back in April's draft.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season, and maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year, and with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
First carry for Najee Harris.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And his throw here's incomplete.
Pat Freiermuth, the intended target, and it's 3rd down and 2. You look at the Saints defense.
They are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
Numbers don't tell you everything, but they do paint a pretty good picture. We're talking about 2 top 5 units going at each other. 1 in running the ball, 1 in stopping the run. I think this is going to be a whole lot of fun myself.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8.
Looking to throw. Griffin. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Matt O'Reilly now on to punt this one away.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Here's Chubb on the read option. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Here now, 3rd and a yard. They'll look to throw here. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Back to throw now on first down. Open man down the field. That's a Dunze. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Throw out wide is incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Now they'll change things up. They'll look to throw again. That's complete. It's Neighbors. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. This defense for the Steelers, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield, but all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Saw the linebacker Damone Clark coming through with a stop. And you look at this Saints defense, they are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you've got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Lucas Van Ness in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. And here's Matt Araiza now. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense.
They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10.
They're going to look to throw.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted.
And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
It had been a near-perfect beginning to this football game. Already a double-digit lead first quarter, but their first misstep.
And you know how it is, partner. Sometimes when everything's going right, you start to feel like you can do just about anything you want on the field. This one didn't work out. If I were him, I'd go to my defensive captain and say, pick me up, my man. Help me out.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
2nd and 7, operating from the 34.
Here's Griffin to throw.
That swung out wide to Harris.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
Gibbs will try and pick it up.
And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
The Steelers at 7-2 here on the year, and they come in on the heels of yet another victory. That ran their win streak, Charles, up to 7 now.
And I think that last win, that established them and stamped them, to me, as Super Bowl frontrunners. They're playing with extreme confidence, and you need that in order to go all the way.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
From the 21, here's the 2nd and 9.
Here's Griffin.
That's going to be caught by Pickens.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
First catch so far by Pickens. It's good for a first down.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Again, it's Harris. Pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line.
Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Gibbs, touchdown, Pittsburgh. So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Now the try here for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays.
And it was all capped off by a touchdown run from Jahmyr Gibbs.
Here's the Steelers' kick team as they'll boot this one away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is caught inside the 15. So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about. Brutal, so take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
Clock runs, less than a minute to go, and an entertaining first quarter of play. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. A pass complete to Adunze. And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8. 2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. He'll look to throw. That is caught. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. His 4th catch already in this first quarter. It's a 1st down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it 2nd and 7. They'll set up a throw. Throw right side, taken in by Adunze. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's got the 1st as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulders square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. Nice pickup. 10 yards and a 1st down on the keeper. He'll decide to keep this once more. And they'll get to him just inside the 15, even after that strong run we witnessed. Give him 4 yards there on the 1st down keeper. Now a 2nd and 6. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And the Saints are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Now the Steelers use the 1st of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Back to throw. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Malik Neighbors, a 7-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Steelers ready for their next possession. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
From the gun, it's Griffin.
Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
Oh, boy, tough conditions out there. I don't know if a defender slipped or what, but he had a man wide open, and that's a bad one to miss on. They don't come a whole lot easier than that one right there.
From the shotgun, Griffin.
A short one there to Freiermuth.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on third down, and they keep the drive going.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
Flush to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
I thought at first he'd try to run, but he just kept buying time to his right. Finally, nothing there. He wisely gets rid of it.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56.
Out of the gun, Griffin. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 41-yard line. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
And maybe that touchdown on the previous drive has re-energized this offense a little bit. They've been kind of sluggish until then, but they're showing signs of life here, and they get good yardage that time and a first down.
And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6.
Griffin.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Christian Gonzalez. And the Saints force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb.
And that to the 30. It'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB.
It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a 3rd down.
A little do-it-yourself run right there, and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it and pick up first downs.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, they've certainly gotten him involved in this first half, and on 3rd down, they looked his way again. And what a delight for his quarterback to find him and keep the drive moving.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think we could easily read his mind there. There's just no place to go. Tried to bounce it and get outside on the draw.
Yeah, but the defense wasn't thinking pass. They knew that they were running it.
And I love the way that they covered all the gaps. You know, we can do all the lettering and the numbering and all those things, but those run fits that we talk about all the time, each person fitting in the proper spot on defense, you see the end result when they do that.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And he gets it down to the 32. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it'll be 2nd and a couple. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Back to throw again. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This taken in at the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. Griffin's throw here going to be caught by Wilson.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
No gain on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Here's Griffin. He's got this complete to Williams. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. On first down, Griffin. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll start up at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, and it's the Browns who have the lead at halftime. Glad McConkey, a touchdown catch in that first half. From there, we head down to sunny Miami to check on the Dolphins at home at Hard Rock Stadium. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. DK Metcalf, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And that one all tied.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This taken in right around the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Steeler offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter. In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
On first and 10, it's Griffin. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down. Griffin. And he whips that one incomplete there.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
On third down, Griffin. Eluding the pressure right. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
I'm sure there was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. So here are the Saints to take over. They were losers to Kansas City a week ago, but they are out in front right now. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. They begin this drive with Chubb, and nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
48,
Here's 2nd and 8. To the left side, into the hands of Madunze. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Now back to throw. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. And that'll be marked down as their first sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week, and this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back. And they did a great job in the first half. But now they've gotten their first sack here in the second half. Look out. They'll try to increase the pressure.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here. 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
56, Mike. 56.
They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves it with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Now that's the way you want to start a drive. Talk about a tone setter as well as a playbook opener. Now if you want to take a big shot over the top, you're all positioned to do so.
Mike, 56, right there, 56.
Now Griffin. His throw incomplete. He has still not connected on a single pass in this second half.
And right now they're going through all the different reasons, the whys, the wherefores. Bottom line, got to find some completions in there and get their offense moving.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Gibbs will get it. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They run again with Harris. And some space here. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 47 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Gibbs straight ahead. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Griffin. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And the Steelers are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A very important third down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up first and goal.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal. Now it's Griffin. And in for the Steelers, touchdown. George Pickens from 4 yards out. And the Steelers are back within a score. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open to the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Now a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. That one taken in by Neighbors. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. He'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
A 1st down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. From the 24 now, here's 2nd down and 7. Now it's Griffin. Looking for Pickens. He's got him on the out route. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. He's checking.
Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
They're going on 4th down. It's Griffin. Got his man. It's Williams. Still going inside the 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Jamison Williams with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list. And the Steelers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point attempt to come here. And in this rain, they were nice and cautious there on the extra point try, and that caution was well warranted as this game is tied. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Now the Saints coming back out ready to go for this next drive. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll look middle here and get it to Odunze. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The end result, 21 yards. They'll look to throw here. That's complete. It's Neighbors. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And now they'll shift things around. 2nd and 5. He finds Douglas complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the 1st down sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 41. A lot of bodies there in the middle of the field, and that one intercepted.
Yeah, he's looking for his tight end running a drag route across the field, and normally you'd like him to work a little bit further outside. Here the throw's a little early, and it winds up in the hands of the defender.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And he'll go down, and that will do it.
for the third quarter of action. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. All even as we get ready to start the fourth.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 2nd down, here's Gibbs.
And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Haven't met a defensive coordinator yet that thinks 2nd and 2 is a fun situation to try and defend. Playbook is wide open for an offense, partner.
Nice job holding to 1 after that 8-yard pickup on 1st down.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris.
And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run.
It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Harris running straight ahead.
And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Well, when you get an elite running back like he is, sometimes you've got to employ the by any means necessary method to get him down.
Yeah, sometimes you're relieved even if a flag comes out. But if you just get the hand up and you get it on the mask, you can kind of get away with that. But as soon as you curl it around a finger or the hand, that's pretty easy for everyone to see, and they'll call that one every time.
They'll go again with Gibbs.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
Jameer Gibbs, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th.
The extra point up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. So that lines up a 7-play drive all told.
And it was all capped off by a touchdown run from Jameer Gibbs.
Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Saints again ready to go on offense. The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. And they need their best drive of the game right here.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to look deep down the field. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them the completion.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down.
So they'll decline the penalty there and go ahead and keep the yards lost on that last play. The Saints on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19. He finds his man, complete. That's Douglas. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Pulled in at the 24. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Jamison Williams out onto the field as his guys take over on offense. They might want to mix something up defensively because he's been shredding them a bit, hasn't he?
That he has, and even with all the changes that you know are going on the defensive side of the ball, he's still finding ways to get open, finding the right spots, and the delivery's been pretty good too.
He's over 100 yards, has the 1 touchdown score to this point. Throwing now, Griffin on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking that time for Jamison Williams, and now it's 2nd down. Here's Griffin to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They get 6, that'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Here's Griffin. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties with big nickel. They just want to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did and came through with a big-time pick 6.
Now this one setting up for a great finish, all tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They will look to flush the memory of that pick 6 as we now have a brand new tie ball game here in the 4th quarter, getting down to the good stuff. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They'll start on the ground with Harris, and he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, 2nd down.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Now Griffin. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background. They'll throw on 1st down with Griffin. Dancing to his left.
He's got this to Williams, complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
23 yards, the final tally.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They hand this off to Harris. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
On 2nd down, here's Griffin. Oh, no, he lost the football.
We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
They will look for some important yardage on 3rd down. From here, it would be a 60-yard boot. Back to throw. Griffin.
Slant route, and he's got Freiermuth.
And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. They run for it with Harris. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26.
Okay, you and I are sitting up here getting ready to analyze whether they should go for it or not. Did you see the quarterback just point to the sideline and say, everybody back, I've got this call?
Well, you knew this side of the field, they're in plus territory, 4th and 1. He wasn't coming off the field.
No, he wasn't coming off the field, and he wasn't letting the offense go with him at all. He said, we're staying out here, and we're picking this one up. That's some leadership right there.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Can we just take that run and turn it into a kind of a clip and save? Because that tells you everything you need to know about this drive. They've been moving the ball awfully well.
From the 23, here's 2nd and 6.
The tight end in motion right. On 2nd down, this is Harris. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And they're facing a big 3rd down now in this tie ball game. They'll run again with Harris. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. And off now to Gibbs. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. With Harris out of the shotgun, and he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Harris is into the end zone for a Steeler touchdown.
And this is the time of game where offensive lines can really dictate a team's fortunes. It's been a tough battle. They've been out there for a long time. But this was a question of who can wear down who. And that's excellent work to put a long drive together and finish it with a touchdown run to take the lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So all eyes on the Saints offense. Down by 7, 80 seconds remaining. They've surrendered a double-digit lead, but can rescue themselves late as they come up on first down. Back to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He'll look to throw. Open man down the field. That's a Dunze. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Final minute, 1 timeout remaining. 1st and 10. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's throwing it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks, pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
This to possibly force OT. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. It all came down to one final jump ball on the Hail Mary, but part of the defense was ready, able to force it to be incomplete. Ball game over.
Look, let's face it, everybody wants to work the ball in closer and take a more high percentage pass to try and tie the game, but the Hail Mary, that's what they had to work with. And now they're just hoping that their jumpers can get up higher and are stronger than the defenders. Not the case in this instance. They end up losing the game.
So for the Steelers, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they'll get another home date next week as the Browns will come to town. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers earn the win at home as we say so long from Pittsburgh.